Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Wow, we've got an update that we got to talk about regarding Elon Musk, and we're going to try the forward-facing camera on the new iPhone 14 Pro. So let's see what that's like. We'll listen to sound and video quality. Do keep in mind I'm purposely filming this on 720 because it's a faster upload, but otherwise, let me know what you think about the quality. Okay, so here's the latest. So yesterday over the last few days, I've been saying, hey, look, if that financing deal goes away, Elon Musk could basically walk away from the Twitter deal for just $1 billion. And since pretty much all of Wall Street, and we've done some math on the channel as well about this, think that Elon Musk is overpaying for Twitter by a factor of 2, he's basically throwing away $20 billion on the company that's worth 20, paying like 44 for it, right? So in other words, if this deal didn't go through, Twitter would probably be worth like $20 to $25 a share. Now, the people who really like and want the Twitter deal to happen hate me for even talking about this, but I mean, like, I'm just trying to be honest. Like, it's true. Like, obviously, if the deal goes through, it's gonna be great for people who are part of the Twitter arbitrage. But otherwise, this thing's gonna collapse like really, really fast. So what's more important, though, are the latest updates now. So first, you gotta know that the trial has been set for October 17th, but we just got a huge update on this. Pending the fact that Elon Musk said the deal is back on, which could have all been part of 4D chess strategic, okay? Pending the fact that the deal is back on. The court said, hey, looks like you guys are coming to an agreement. Let's go ahead and delay the trial to October 28th. Now that's really, really critical because on October 20th, the bank financing commitment expires. That's about 6 months. Actually, it's exactly 6 months after 420. Yes, 420, April 20th is when the bank financing commitment letter was signed and given to Elon Musk. And quite frankly, if Morgan Stanley and the banks take on these commitment letters and take on this commitment to do this $13 billion in unsecured financing for Elon Musk's deal, long and short of it, they're going to lose a lot of money. Look, they're going to get a lot of advisory fees for making this deal come together, probably somewhere, around $500 to $1 billion. Really, really good. But that $13 billion loan, they might have to carry it on the books themselves because it might be hard to syndicate out. Remember, banks want to make fees. They don't actually want your interest. Anybody in your life who tells you, oh, you're just paying the bank more interest on your mortgage, wrong. You're paying it to people who hold mortgage-backed securities, okay? The banks just want to do transactions. They want the fees. That's all they want. Anyway, the bank, if they take on this deal, there's a good chance the big group of 7 banks are going to take massive losses holding on to this loan. So a lot of folks on Wall Street are like, the banks would be stupid to do this deal. So what's fascinating is Elon Musk has convinced Twitter, at least to some extent, to entertain Elon Musk's letter, although Twitter has not yet agreed to accept the 5420 deal, the full price deal, because in Elon Musk's letter, he said, hey, subject to debt financing, the deal is back on, which is not a new contingency. See, Bloomberg earlier today ran an article, and I bitched about them on Twitter. I'm like, what are you talking about, Bloomberg? But Bloomberg ran a story, and they said that, oh, Elon Musk says the deal is back on, but now he's including a new contingency saying it's subject to debt financing, which wasn't part of the original deal. Wrong. Follow me on Twitter, and you could see where I put up a screenshot of the exact terms of the deal, and we've been talking about this the last few days on the channel here. The terms of the deal are that the deal is subject to the availability and funding of debt financing. If the financing isn't available because the bank's U-turn and the loan doesn't get funded, then Elon Musk has to pay a $1 billion termination fee, which is obviously $19 billion less than the loss he would probably take by actually buying Twitter, 6 months later from the April valuations. Because what's happened? Facebook and Snapchat valuations have halved. Advertising revenue has collapsed. We're actually going into probably a synchronous global recession. The Federal Reserve's raised rates 300 basis points. The interest on Elon Musk's loan for this deal would cost him $1 million more per day. Like, huge potential issues, right? And this is also bad for Tesla stockholders. If Elon Musk does have the debt financing go through, but some of his equity partners walk away, Elon might have to dump more Tesla shares to make up the difference. Elon Musk talked about that back in April. He's like, hey, subject to the rare chance or the unlikely circumstance that some of the equity partners walk, I might have to come in and bridge the gap, right? So yikes, not so great. But anyway, now what's so fascinating is the court has just ruled, here you can see it on Twitter because I shared it on Twitter. Oh, it actually looks really good. But anyway, it says, defendants and counterclaim, blah, 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 have agreed to close on the agreement and plan the merger date, or planned merger date of April 25th. They planned, blah, blah, blah. They agreed to close the deal on or around October 28th. And basically, the court trial and everything is on hold until the 28th. Which is hilarious because that happens to be 8 days after debt financing expires, which is plenty of time for the banks to go, yeah, no, we ain't doing this. This is a crappy deal. Now, maybe the banks are like, nah, we're still making enough money in debt financing. Like, we don't want to walk on this deal. We don't want our reputation impacted, whatever, which obviously their reputation would be ruined if they reneged on their debt commitment before the October 20th date. But afterwards is fair game. If a debt commitment expires on October 20th, which usually these are done in like 3, 6, or 9 month increments, this has happened to be a 6-month increment, well, fair game. If the deal expires, it expires, right? Anyway, so what's crazy is this court document is now going to push the trial to the 28th, which gives the banks plenty of time to cancel, which gives Elon Musk plenty of time to cancel. And I will not be shocked at all. In fact, I am borderline expecting Elon Musk anywhere between the 21st to the 28th to basically put a letter out and go, hey, we wanted to do the deal, but the debt financing fell apart. Sorry, Twitter, here's your check for $1 billion. Now, Elon will technically be able to walk away from the deal then, but you can guarantee that Twitter is going to sue him right back. But it probably in that case will go in Elon's favor. So look at what Elon's actually done. He's taken a court case that was not going in his favor at all. And then right before the court date said, you know what? Fine, I'll do the deal. Judge is like, okay, no problem. We'll just delay the trial a few days. Yeah, great, thanks. We're closing the deal. Everything's great. A few days later, oh no, the bank's pulled out. I can't do the deal. And what happens? He ends up walking away from the deal, which was his goal the first time around anyway. Then you go into a lawsuit over, okay, well, but Elon, you played us. You played us. Now he actually has a really strong case because all he has to do is say, no, I didn't. The original contract said it was subject to debt financing. And my offer saying I'm willing to keep going with the deal was subject to debt financing. Like, nothing has changed. That's been consistent since day one. And so I did nothing wrong. And Elon would probably win that case. Oh my gosh, this is like the coolest journey of 4D chess right here. And Twitter realizes that as well. Like Bloomberg, Mr. Ed Ludlow over here, he usually does EV news, but obviously because it's related to Elon, he's talking about it now. Anyway, he's talking about this stuff as well, about how basically Twitter is kind of onto this potential. And Twitter is not coming back and outright accepting Elon's letter because they're like, why are you highlighting this debt financing thing? Like, what's happening here? And it's like, dude, come on, seriously? Like, this is obvious. He wrote, Twitter opposes Musk's motion to halt the trial. Twitter says Musk refuses to accept contractual obligations. Twitter says Musk can and should close the deal next week. Accuses the Musk team of not committing to a closing date. Blah, 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 blah. Obviously, they're worried about the debt. Musk team is saying Twitter will not take yes for an answer. Musk team asked for a stay/halt. Musk is saying Twitter is resisting halting the suit due to concerns on the theoretical possibility of a future failure to obtain financing for that. We know what the arguments here are, but the point is, the judge just ruled and said, we're just going to go ahead and delay to the 28th. They just opened the freaking door wide open for Elon to walk on this deal. They must be an Elon fan. No, I mean, but then again, I think it's reasonable for any judge to do this because those were the original terms of the contract. Like, all right, look, if you can close the deal and you got the financing, buy the deal. I was about to say property because I'm so used to real estate. And that's because, remember, folks, if you're an accredited investor, you want to get in on house hack. this is not a solicitation, but househack.com is. Go there, get your letter from househack.investready.com, upload it on househack.com, and join. The minimum is $25,000. As long as you sign up by the end of the month, you get 60% of warrants, of whatever you pay in warrants, which is really, really cool. That goes down every single month until we close the fundraise, and we're almost at 30 mil in 30 days, which is really, really incredible. So check that out. Go to househack.com. Check out the programs of Building Your Wealth, link down below. And if any of this stresses you out, get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes by going to metkevin.com/life. Thanks so much. Goodbye.